Hi everybody, this is Ellen. In this tutorial I'm going to show you how to make this adorable puffy heart. I think it's awesome. Started out with the red one, and as I went along I made a few changes to make it a little bit better, I hope. But it kind of reminds me of I was a big fan of Legend of Zelda, the little hearts that they have there for the heart power left. Kind of reminds me of that. But it's pretty cute. I only puffed it up on one side, so the back side is kind of concave and goes in. You could try to puff up both sides, like if you plan to kind of hang it up or something like that, but I think that just the one side is cute because most times they end up laying down or not. The main thing I changed as I went along was just change the center right here so it had a better heart appearance. It's not too hard to make, I don't think. It is still advanced, of course, so hopefully everybody will be able to make it and follow along. This one's going to be on the full 5-pin bars, but I will have a 1 loom version available for everyone to make as well. You can see I changed this too, because I don't like that. But I'm going to show you how to make this one and this one, which are the ones that I like the best. But they're awesome. So, get started. And I just have, here's like the regular loom setup, then just 2 more pin bars. Doesn't really matter a whole lot, you just need to have uneven pin bars across for 5 pins. So I'm actually probably going to do it kind of up in here so you can see all the banding without having the blue bases in the way. So we'll start, and we're going to lay the perimeter of the heart on the outside. This is double banded, so 2 bands. And I'm actually going to start by putting just 1 band up, which will be what we'll pull up through the end to, I guess, do our slip knot to tie it. So 1 band there, or 2 if you'd like, it's up to you. But then 2 bands, and we're just going to kind of make a heart shape. To the right, go up, and then come back in for the heart. So 2 to the right, 2 up, and 1 up and to the left, and then down and to the left. Like that. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, only opposite. So 2 bands again, to the left, two bands up, and 1 up and to the right, and then back down and to the right. So a nice little heart shape. Now we're going to lay the bands that we're going to use to pull up to puff this. And this one I'm going to make green. So the middle is almost entirely single banded. We don't need to do double bands. You can if you want to, but it puffs up very well without doubling it. So we're just going to lay a band almost all the way around. You can skip this and just pull the bands up later as we go along, but I just think it's a little bit easier to have them there and ready to go. This one right here, we're going to actually do 2 bands, and it's going to be the color of your perimeter, not the color of the inside of your heart like the other ones are. So 2 bands. So follow me so far, hopefully. Now we're just going to do the filler on the inside. And we're going to kind of work like off of these 3 pins, and then we'll work off of these 3 pins, and then up off the top here. But starting at this corner pin, we're just go to the left, and then 1 straight up and down. Then from this pin we're going to go out to these 3 pins down here. Like so. And then this corner one will go down and then out to the corner. Like that. And we're going to kind of repeat that up here. From this pin, we're going to go out to the outside and then down. And the middle one right here is going to go down to these 3 pins. Oops. And this one, of course, goes down and then out to the outside. Alright, so now, up here, we're going to put a band out to this corner. Band straight down. And then from this pin, we're going to go out to these 3 pins, but the one that comes down the center is going to be double banded. So 1 band, and this one will be 2, then 1 band. And then over here, up and down, and then out to this corner. Like so. Alright. So now we're going to put on some end caps. And they're going to go on these 4 pins up here. And with those, actually 5 pins, sorry, the 5 pins, with these we want them to be the color of your heart on the inside. If you can see on this one, there's an end cap right here, because when we do the puff it up, it actually comes forward, so it'll be inside the heart. So there's one, there's one right there. This one's kind of hidden. Oh wait, no, right, they're right there. So those 2. So you can see them inside the heart. So we want them to be the color of whatever your heart is. And these will be triple wrapped. So 3 times around the pin on these 5 pins. And last one. So there we go. That is the placement of the bands. So now we can loom. So we'll turn this around. And if I didn't quite make that clear, we're doing what will be the puffy part. Sorry if I didn't really say that. This is be the puffy part, and then the next layer that we add will be the back side of this. Alright, so for looming, if you do a crazy design with your colors inside, if you have if you're trying to do a rainbow, design in here, you're going to want to be a little bit more careful about which bands you do first. But if it's a solid color, it really doesn't matter a whole lot. What I mean with the crazy coloring is that if you had some kind of a rainbow, or if these, the ones that are straightened out to the corners, if those are a different color than say the middle kind of little chicken foot here, you probably want to do the corners first and then do the middle, and then just follow that pattern down to the end, because otherwise if I do, I'm just going to go straight across, but if I have different colors, I would probably do this side and then come over and do this side and then come and do the middle, because otherwise if I do this side and then come over and do the middle and then do this side, this middle part will overlap over here, but it'll be underneath over here of these ones. So it'll kind of make the pattern a little different, but it's not really a huge deal, I don't think so. At least I didn't notice too much of an issue. So we'll get started with the looming. Like I said, I'm just going to go kind of straight across. First we'll work with these 5 that have the M caps, and then we'll come down and work with these 3, and then these 3. So we'll go in through the end cap. You just grab that top band, loop it back towards itself. Come in here a little bit. And then into the next end cap, loop that towards itself. I'm going to go in through here, top band, back towards itself. Then remember the next one is actually 2 bands. If you have a hard time grabbing both of them, you can just grab one at a time and pull each one over, but just so that they both end up here. And then that bottom band, come over here. And just keep doing that through these end caps. So now we have all these done up here. So we'll be working in these 3 pins that we've kind of created an end cap now with our looming. So come back, grab the top band, pull it back towards itself. Same with the bottom band, and we'll just go across. I have my regular heart pattern, which is just this, and with that one I did some more colorful banding, so it was more changing of the way I banded, but with these I think that they're just kind of adorable the way they are without having to go too crazy with the colors. So, alright, so now once you have these 3 pins loomed out, you'll go to the next 3 pins. Just go in through those little centers we created and loom those out. Like so. And now we can start to puff this up, and how we do that is we're going to take this band that we laid there. You go in through, in this case it's an end cap, grab that band, pull it up. I usually put both ends on my hook, pop off, in this case the end cap, and then replace it with this band. And we do that all the way around. So in through your bands, grab that one we dropped, pull it up, hook it, and put it back on top. We just keep doing that all the way around. Wait to do this one, and I'll show you. It's got we do a little bit special thing with that one, so it's a little bit different. But all these are the same. You just want to grab that band through, pull it up, go all the way around. Some of them are a little more difficult to grab because it's just an awkward spot, but last one here. Well, almost last one. Alright, so like so. And I usually just push these down because we are going to put another layer on top. With this one right here, we do want to pull it up. So both bands, you go in through that end cap, grab both of those bands, pull them up, and then you can set it back on here if you want to, just so you don't lose it. But then we need to take up the top part of it, both bands, like so, and just give it a couple twists. Like so, and then put it back on the pin. Just a couple times around. It helps to, I'll show you the difference, I guess, if you don't twist it. I knew I didn't like I said, on this one I thought it didn't have quite the heart top to it I wanted, or the point. So I added one band just to see. I just changed one of the bands. I didn't like that, so I thought maybe double banding it would work, but it still created that little gap there I didn't like. So after that, finally, I figured out that if I just give it a little twist, it creates a nice point at the top of the heart. So that's what we're doing that for. Alright, so now we're going to lay some more bands for the what'll be the back side. Usually I just use the perimeter color of whatever. Of course, I seem to have had kind of the obsession with the bright colors and the dark border, so we're going to turn it back around and we're going to lay the bands exactly the same way we did before. We just won't drop any bands along the outside perimeter like we did. This is all still single banded. So again, starting at this corner, or this side, from this pin we'll go out to the corner and then down. From this pin out to these three. Then from this pin down and out to the corner. Then from this pin out to the outside and down. From the middle pin out to these three. From this pin down and out to the right. And up here is where just kind of the only goofy different way, but out to this corner. And then up. And then from this pin we'll go out to these three. Because we're on the back side and it doesn't really matter for this side as far as the keeping the design together in the middle more. This can just be single. If you do puff it out on both sides, you will want to have double banding there again in this middle pin. And then from straight down and then out to the corner. And then again we need 5 end caps up here. These you'll want to be the border color. So mine will be black 3 times around. Don't like the way that one feels. Alright. So there's the back side. So we'll loom this out, turn it around, and again we'll just start under one of the end caps. Grab just the top layer we just put on, and we're going to loom that out like before. So in through the end caps. And then the next row. And I don't know why I just skipped the middle, but I did. But I'll come back to it. I'm sure before I put this tutorial out, I will have a picture of a double puffed heart, so you can see that if you'd like to do that or not. Alright, so that's the back side. So that's everything, and then we just need to do the perimeter. So there are quite a few bands on this pin, so just take it easy. They're not super tight, but it is kind of tight. Just grab those top two bands, pull them back towards themselves, and then go all the way up to the point. Then do the same thing on the other side. Like so. Then I just go in here, I'm just going to grab that band we dropped. Now usually, if you go in and grab the bottom part of this band, pull it up, let this one loose, and put this one back on. We just made our slip knot, so just going to leave that there for a second. Now I'm actually going to remove some of this just around instead of just pulling it straight off. Helps to make it so it's a little less distorted or less to fix. So then let's take my hook, stick it in through here, and pull this off. Hold your pins down. Maybe. And then, well, I should have had this on here. Try not to let your slip knot come loose. Like so. And there we have a nice puffy heart. It looks pretty fantastic, I think. Can't beat that. I think it has a great shape. That's what I'm most excited about, is that it looks like a nice heart. So I hope that you enjoy my puffy heart tutorial, and I will have more for you soon. There will be a one loom version of it too, because I like to be able to share. Ooh, I forgot this one. Bubbles on the outside. So I guess I didn't do them all with a black border, but I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. Like I said, I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. It means a lot to me. It definitely helps inspire me to create, to continue, because a lot of times it is a lot of hard work to make the tutorials and to come up with designs, and I always get excited when you guys are so positive with how you feel about the work I've created. It's awesome. I can't thank everybody enough for that. So again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see what I have coming out next, and I will have more for you soon.